guys, welcome back to another edition of Talking with Tyler. And since the Jets had a bye this weekend, I've decided to go live from the field house at Foley Field with a very special guest, Coach Carter, who is currently the head coach of the Bloomfield High School varsity football team, who finished the regular season on a 2-game winning streak, bringing their record in the Super Football Conference to 4-4. They will take on North Bergen High School this Thursday night at Foley Field. Good luck to you and your team, Coach. Coach Carter, thank you for your time out of your busy schedule to talk to me. I have a few questions for you. What does a typical day or week look like for a player during the season?
Well, after the normal school day, we're down here at kids are down here at 3:15. At least 3 days a week, we're in the weight room before practice. Then we go on the field. It's typically in the beginning of the week, the practice is about 2.5 hours long. A little later in the week, they're about 2 hours, maybe a little bit shorter on Thursday. We come in on Saturday mornings after a game. We get our lifts in, we get film work in. So most of the season, it's a 6-day-a-week commitment.
What are the off-season expectations for a player?
We are very big on asking kids to play multiple sports. I'm a I've coached multiple sports during my career, and I am a big proponent of that. If they're not doing multiple sports, we like to have them in our weight program. We lift down here as a team, and we also have Mr. Charavala does a great job up the high school with the program up there. But otherwise, we try to get them involved in as many sports as you can. I don't like putting all your eggs in one basket, so I think the more you learn to be competitive in different situations, the more successful you're going to be in both athletics and in life.
How would your coaches and teammates describe you?
Coaches now? Teammates?
Yeah.
I think I'm fair. We're prepared. We'll go the extra mile for our kids. We are demanding. We try to hold our kids accountable, and we try to make the kids to be proud of where they're from and make their families proud.
How do you keep your teammates feeling positive after a loss?
It's that's a great question, and that's a when you come in off a loss like that, you try to find all the positives you can. You definitely have to correct the and I don't know, negative is the word, but you want to correct the mistakes. That would be it. You want to correct the mistakes that you have, and you want to make sure that you're getting better each and every week. And that's one of the things like we have on our wrist here. We have two things. We got accountability and compete. And it's one of the things we try to make our guys accountable. If you're not getting the job done, you're going to get challenged at your position. But if you go out and do your job, you're going to be able to play and get us to be a better team. I think we've done that this year. We've gotten better as the season's gone on.
What was it like playing for Bloomfield when you were in high school, and how was it different or the same today?
I had the time of my life playing because I was playing with a whole lot of my still to this day or lifetime friends. I played for Coach Cavallaro, Coach Middleton, Coach Lackey, Coach Patone, Coach Stellatella, Coach Rowe, Coach Ripley. It was a great time playing. We had some. I was on our junior year. We were very good. I think our last 2 games we played in front of like 13,000 people each game. But I got an opportunity to play high school ball, and then it was good enough. Lucky enough, Coach Cavallaro and Coach Lackey got me hooked up with the local college. I was able to play in college also.
Yep. So I got my dad back here for another podcast, and he's going to read the last question to Coach Carter.
Coach, thank you for your time. Me and Tyler really enjoy coming to the high school games and announcing, being the new voice of the Bengals. Only a shell of, obviously, Mr. Arlette, God rest his soul. But Tyler and I were talking as we were preparing notes for this interview, and we had a ton of questions, but we only wanted to try and limit it because we know that your time is extremely important. But we know you would take the time for us. We appreciate it. We know James McDaniel and his group of the William Foley Football League and the cheerleading group really do a great job introducing both flag football and tackle football to our community. They do a fantastic job, and it's a great feeder program to your program. What would you say to a parent of a young child within our community that's, let's say, on the fence about playing tackle football or even flag football Could you tell those parents out there that are listening to Tyler's podcast, what you guys have done about heads-up tackling, making the sport a lot safer, and moreover, what does being part of a team and being part of Bloomfield football do to a young person in town?
Well, first of all our coaches are, and this is on high school level and also on the William Foley level. We have to be certified in like the heads-up tackling type things, and that's a lot based on the tackling philosophy put forth by the Seattle Seahawks, hawk tackling. We do a lot of blocking of tackling with that. And what's like funny about it is, and Tyler just asked me a question about when we were a kid, the way we tackle back then, the way we tackle back then, it's similar, but it's very different in as far as where you put your head, and I think it's made the game a whole lot safer. Okay, I think it's made the game a whole lot safer. We were one of the first teams in the state of New Jersey to go to Guardian caps, which is big in the NFL right now. You see those like they look like patches helmets,
kind of like mushroom patches.
Mushroom. We were one of the first schools in New Jersey to use those, and then we've hooked up with the safer helmets right now, which is Billy Ard from the Giants is with those guys. And if you look around our locker room right now, we have, see if I can find one for you real quick. Yep, I'm right here. We have, this is the newest thing coming out, and if you can look at it from a distance, you can't really tell.
Oh yeah.
And you come up close to it, it's like a rubber shell on the top. The Guardian caps, they big on deflection rates and all that, about contact and all that. They're about 35%. They take about 35% of the hit away. These take upwards of 70 to 75% away. So
wow.
This was used in the USFL. We got in on the ground floor with these guys, and they actually called me up, and it's because we helped them do a commercial and a couple things. And they really gave us a great deal on these things, and I believe in them, and I think this is the next thing that's going to be big in the NFL.
Absolutely. We'll take a picture of that. We'll post it on there. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about you. You have a great trainer, a great training staff. I know you have Dr. Mehta and you have Carly, who are at all the games. So they're there keeping an eye on the kids on the field, and then at practice during the summer, doing the wet bulb thermometer and all those different type of things. So
Dr. Carly's she's fantastic. She's very good. She's very knowledgeable. She's very she keeps it. If the kids could be in there, she's going to get them in there. But if they're going to be hurt, she's going to tell you that also. She's very fair and she's very honest with the kids. And she tells them if you are hurt, how I can help you get back. And if you don't do the training, what they ask you to do, then it's going to be tough. So she's very good on it. She's very demanding. And we're lucky to have her. Dr. Mehta's been fantastic. Yeah. She's it's a nice person to have just from a local in town. I mean, she's probably
right next to the Civic Center,
close to us as she is to you, and she's very good. And she's again, she's going to let the kids can play. They're going to play, and they're hurt. They're going to tell you if they're going to hurt too. But we're very lucky to have both of those people.
Great. So we have one last question. It's not on the list, but I know it's something that's very, very near and dear to your heart. The Robeson Classic. Tell us a little bit about that, how you got involved, and how I know we've had a great lineage of Bloomfield Bengals playing in that and representing our school.
Robeson Classic was started by two legends in Essex County, Dr. Cowan, who was a superintendent in East Orange at one time. Dr. Steve Cowan, he was an East Orange legend, and he had a great career at the University of Cincinnati. And the other gentleman ended up being a great friend of mine is Coach Schumacher. There was at Essex Catholic at the time when he started that, and Coach Schumacher was the first African American captain of the University of Notre Dame.
Oh wow!
Had a great career there, and they started the Robeson Classic. The Robeson Classic originally started as an East-West game in Essex County, and then it went to Essex County and part of Passaic versus Morris and part of Passaic, and now it's evolved to it's Essex County and Union County versus Passaic County, Morris County, Sussex County, and I'm missing somebody in there, one of those counties. But it's they've done a great job with it. The guy that's been incredibly great with the game is Kenny Trimmer, who was the ex-head coach of Caldwell High School. He's now after he retired, he hooked up with the Caldwell University, and he's a coach up there. But he's raised incredible amounts of money for both the Robeson All-Star game and the North-South game. With Robeson game, I think we're going into year 30 this year. So it's a great group of guys that do it. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of work and a lot of time. We start working on it just right in the beginning of December. We'll start working on it, and it goes all the way up until June. We're meeting all the time. We have to do a lot of legwork for it, but it's worth it, and it's a great game. I mean, small crowd for that game is probably like 3,000, and they probably do a little bit more than that. But it's primarily been held at East Orange for years, but their field was down last year, and Belleville stepped in and did a great job. We had a great crowd.
They just had their complex redone. I know we were there on
great crowd over there, but it's
last week.
Great game, and it's Kenny and I and Coach Cowan and a couple of the other guys are looking to get some of the younger guys involved also, because it takes a little bit of commitment from the coaches to do that.
I'm sure he wants some longevity too, that the game perpetuates. Yes. So,
well, that is all the questions I have for you today. Thank you, Coach, for being a guest on Talking with Tyler. If anyone else out there is listening to my podcast and wants to be a guest, please reach out to me. I'd love to talk to you. Hope everybody has a great rest of your night, and finally, go Bengals.